There's a belief that to have a real permanent address, the kind your bank, your state, and the IRS will actually accept, you have to own a home. You don't. And a lot of people are staying stuck right now because they think they do. This one matters, so I want to slow down and explain it clearly because there's a lot of confusing and flat out wrong information floating around about it. By the end, you'll understand what a legal address actually requires and why owning property is not on that list. So when someone starts thinking about downsizing or renting or traveling, they hit what feels like a wall. If I don't own a house, what do I put on my driver's license? What do I give my bank? Where does the government think I live? And because they don't know the answer, they assume the answer is that they can't do it, that they'd be in some kind of gray area. That isn't true, but I understand exactly why it feels that way. So let's clear it up. There are really two separate things here, and people blur them together. One is owning property. That's a financial decision. It's about real estate. The other is having a legal domicile, which is just the place the law recognizes as your permanent home base. For your license, your voter registration, your taxes, your mail. Here's the key. You do not need the first one to have the second one. Your domicile is established through a compliant address and meeting your state's residency requirements, not through a mortgage. A real physical permanent address that works for banking, for the DMV, and for your state filings can be a mailbox address tied to a proper residency setup. It's legitimate, it's recognized, and it does not require you to own a single square foot of property. Now, why do so many people believe otherwise? Two reasons mostly. The first is old information. A lot of the advice out there was written before this was common, or it's someone repeating something they half remember from a forum. The second is that not every address actually holds up. Some of the cheap virtual mailbox options don't work the way people need them to for banking or state filings. So someone tries one, hits a problem, and decides the whole approach is broken. It isn't. The approach was fine. The setup wasn't done right. So here's the simple version. Ownership and address are two different things. You only need one of them to live, bank, and travel legally, and it is not the expensive one. This is exactly the problem we solve every day. A mailbox address paired with South Dakota Residency gives you a real compliant home base with no property required. Set up correctly the first time so it holds up when your bank or the DMV asks. That's the whole point of doing it with a team that handles this all day, instead of piecing it together from forum posts. So no, you do not need to own a home to have a permanent address. You need a compliant address and the right residency behind it. That's it. And the state most people use to set this up is South Dakota. If you're just starting your freedom journey, I've put together a free Freedom Starter checklist. You can download it using the link below. Until next time, keep building a life defined by freedom, not by a zip code.